It's that time again. Hello everyone. I am here to discuss Cameron Park, California. Even though it is in the same county as many of the Gold Rush towns, it is not a Gold Rush town. In fact, the history of this town started a century after the Gold Rush, in the year 1952. Before we talk more about it, we learned that the modern community of Cameron Park rests on land in Dorado County, California, that has a rich history. The first settlers on the land were the indigenous tribes, known today as the Miwok, Maidu, and the Nisinian. They have no written history, with the only evidence of their ancient presence being grinding rocks and burial mounds. In 1848, gold was discovered in Dorado County, and many came to search for gold and even found it on land that is now in Cameron Park. With the end of gold mining, many came and settled as ranchers, farmers, and merchants. The land was originally a collection of ranches, which were the Flying G Ranch and the Hollister Ranch, the main ranch comprising most of what is now Cameron Park. I had the opportunity to talk to the son, Mr. Richard Hollister, who is actually older than the town itself. He came to Cameron Park when his family, who ran a 62,000-acre ranch in Santa Barbara, bought the land when he was 8 years old. They bought it in 1949 to operate a ranch and added the reservoir now known as Cameron Park Lake, used as a reservoir to water the cattle on the land that is now the air park. I am enjoying the evening at Cameron Park Lake. The house where they lived at was where the former Rite Aid building is at, across the street from the old Skinner Wine Cellar building at the intersection of Cameron Park Drive and Starbuck Road, which was originally the Skinner Ranch. Near that ranch runs Green Valley Road, one part of the route of the Pony Express. Then, as the cattle market dried up, they sold it for $56 an acre to Larry and Ruth Cameron, who bought the land to relocate 300 head of cattle from their land in Sacramento County, which was being developed as the Sacramento region grew. It interestingly started as a refuge and a new home for a rancher who was being displaced by the expanding Sacramento metro. But Larry Cameron was no ordinary rancher. He was a champion rider for the rodeo, traveling the circuit around the United States, even traveling with the Bailey and Barnum Circus, and met famous people such as professional boxer and world heavyweight champion of 1919 to 1926, Jack Dempsey, and the father of Jethro from the Beverly Hillbillies, Max Baer Sr., who also became some of the early lot owners of Cameron Park. Cameron had owned a successful Pontiac dealership in North Sacramento, which became the world's largest volume auto retailer in 1957, partly due to his Hollywood connections. Interestingly, after Larry tried operating a ranch in the area, he decided to build his ideal community, with a country club and a top-rated golf course, a recreational lake, a neighborhood comprising small ranches, an air park where you can live and fly your plane out of your own garage. I believe it was ahead of its time, with being a master plan community with so many recreational opportunities and nice homes and ranch-style living, which I believe gave it the nickname a special place to live. I believe this community got its big boost and kickstart as a truck stop with the opening of US 50 as a freeway, and the Red Coach Inn opening in the early 1960s, which eventually became the popular Sam's Town, which operated until 2002. Sam's Town was run by Sam Gordon, a popular regional restaurant owner, which he expanded the initial Red Coach Inn to include, along with the existing restaurant, a general store, an arcade, and a museum for his antiques. Cameron Park even today is a convenient stop on the way to Lake Tahoe, with restaurants, gas stations, and 2 motels to satisfy travelers on the road. Cameron Park has had a rich history in the sport of golf, with having the Cameron Park Country Club, which still operates to this day, and Arnold Palmer, the world's famous golf champion, had his own golf academy in Cameron Park, which unfortunately only lasted 3 years, and is now the site of the Bel Air and CVS Center. My father started his first job working at the country club back in the late 1980s, and my mother also worked there at the same time before they got married. Cameron Park has one of 428 residential air parks in the United States, and of 28 in California. It is unique to the area because it is the only one I know of in the Sacramento area, and the only one I have seen personally that is as substantial in size. I am here standing in front of the Cameron Park Airport. I have lived in Cameron Park since 2016 and has been a major part of my life living in Dorado County long before then. I have attended church, participated in several events, programs, played at the Krista McAuliffe Park several times as a kid, and where many of my friends live at. I enjoy Cameron Park because it is close to the Sierra Nevada mountains and close to activities in the Sacramento region. It has beautiful rolling hills and oak trees, and is often considered the area above the fog and below the snow, leading to fairly pleasant weather all year long. I believe these things help make Cameron Park a special place to live. Cameron Park really is a special place to live. Before I close, I would like to thank Beverly Campbell and Karen Guthrie for providing me with information about the town's early years through their book, which I would highly recommend, called Building a Community, Cameron Park, a Special Place to Live. I hope you enjoyed learning about Cameron Park, and thank you for watching.